times here, but I'm just gonna read because this is going to be saved anyway. So if you're watching this after the live, thank you for coming. My name is Helen. This is Tempest Twin Tarot, and I just figured I would try a live for once because it's a little easier than recording and editing and all that. So welcome. Please like. My name is Helen. I'm doing a reading for the collective energy of Jupiter and Leo, which will begin June 30th of this year to I think it's July 27th of next year. So we got quite a while. You know, lots to talk about for Jupiter and Leo. I'm very excited. I have this placement personally, so I do feel very energized by this transit. But I will start. I'm shuffling a tarot deck, but I'm actually going to start with the Elemental Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Love this little deck. It's somewhat new to my collection. And I will be doing a short meditation just to connect with the energies of spirit before we get started. So how you guys doing? I don't even know how to, I'm on my phone, so I don't know how to look at the chat. I'm so sorry. How do I do that? Oh well. Yeah. I can't see the chat. I guess no one sent anything, so maybe I just don't see it yet. But yeah, let's clear the energy, clear the ground. Spirit, please. Angels, spirits, guides, please channel messages of the highest good for the collective who will be watching today or after this live. Because this live will be relevant for a year, which is very important. Jupiter, expansive, creative, abundance. We are entering Leo, charismatic, joyful leader, you know, not, you know, prickly, but somebody who's willing to rough and tumble. Really feel the heat, right? Leo, they shine in the light. So Jupiter in Leo is giving you like, you're a star. You're a star. How are you a star? How are you a star? Okay. Let's see what Spirit has for us in just a moment. Let's first center ourselves. I will ring this 3 times. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too loud. Where should I put this? Right here. Okay. Let us begin. I'm going to start again with the Elemental Oracle. So what does the collective need to know, Spirit? What does the collective need to know? for Jupiter and Leo until July 27th, 2027. Oh, interesting. It'll be 27. And July has 7. So 72727 might be significant. Hi. Say hello in the chat if you can. Welcome. And please like. My name is Helen, if you're new. I'm doing a reading for Jupiter and Leo for the collective, which is quite a while. So what do we have to look forward to? What are the overall messages for the collective? People keep coming and going. It's okay. I don't have many subs, so. Ooh, looks like we got our first card, the biome. That's gorgeous. So, interesting about this card. I just pulled it for someone the other day, and it mentioned that all these microbiomes are like a patchwork quilt, and each one is interdependent on the other. So each one, there's like a domino effect. If one on one part of the world gets affected, it could connect to the other side of the world. So yeah, you might not think that your little part of the planet is that important, but it could be like what makes or breaks Jupiter and Leo. Okay, so like I think this is about, since this is the first card out, this is about during this transit, we need to focus on our interconnectedness. I think there's also something about the South Node, and I just watched a video about it, but I'm going to focus on Jupiter itself. So Jupiter is about expansive energy. It's about lighting yourself up with what you're passionate about, especially with Leo. So I think the spirit guides want you to benefit the biome, right? The microbiome that you're in, however you can during this transit. That's a lot of time. So if you have long-term projects, this is the time to do it. This is the time where you're going to be recognized for how you are healing the earth, healing these microbiomes. And it might not even necessarily be about like outdoors. It could be about yourself, right? Like if you have acne, healing your acne from the inside out, maybe starting a medication if you're depressed, and or starting probiotics to like heal your metabolism and your ability to digest foods. There's microbiomes in us, on us, like we all have microbiomes on our skin, in our mouths, and these are delicate. There's a balance that we must maintain in order to shine, in order to glow, right? In order to feel vital. We have to nourish that equilibrium for the biome. So that's lovely. I love that card. It's very beautiful. Number 44. I do associate the number 8 with Jupiter, but I think a lot of people associate 7. Lucky 7. Yeah. Let's get like, I don't know, a few more. This is a long transit, so this can be a very complex reading. That's fine. I plan on being on the live for a while. So, welcome, by the way. Thank you for joining me. My name is Helen. Hello. This is the Jupiter and Leo reading for the collective. Thanks for being here. I'm so glad you're here with me. Lucky Lily. Alright, Spirit, ancestors, guides, all viewers. All viewers, what do they need to know for this Jupiter and Leo transit? Here we go. We have discipline, time, number 41. Look at that. So, as you know, Jupiter was going to be eaten by Kronos, which is Saturn, and he was saved. Okay, so Saturn knew that he might be overthrown by Jupiter. And that was a real concern of his. So I think for this reading, this is about, you know, making sure that the it's kind of a new year, right? For astrology, like Jupiter takes about a year to transit a sign. And so for me, I consider this kind of like the astrological new year because I love Jupiter. Jupiter is my favorite planet. It's also the ruler of Gemini 1, which is my sun decan or decan. So I feel a very strong connection with Jupiter in my first house. It's about shine. It's about personal discipline, right? Like where you want people to notice, you've been putting your time, putting your discipline. And with the biome, this could be about something that's been long standing for you, right? It's about time that you get recognized. So this might be the collective's year to truly get recognized for all this hard work you've been putting in to managing the equilibrium within yourself so that you can shine from within. Like your light is finally going to be seen. Your discipline through time will, like, look at this shining light here. It will be noticed. Finally, you will feel like finally someone will see my discipline. Someone will understand what I've been putting my time into. Or you'll start something new. But I am getting that this collective is disciplined already. And this will be your time to get noticed for all that work that you've been putting in. Yeah, it's a delicate balance, guys. Okay, so depth, lake. This is number 31. Number 31. There's almost a, because what does it mean? Jupiter in 7th house, Leo. 7th house is relationships, I believe. So maybe your friends or your family will finally give you the credit you deserve for all the work you've been putting in to balance things for yourself, to find equilibrium for yourself. It will make you shine. You'll finally get compliments for your hair, your skin, your nails, your nutritional profile will improve. Maybe you will figure out like what nutritional thing you've been lacking in, you know, vitality. Because the 7th house is about like how we connect with others, if I remember correctly. And so if you don't have that vitality, you don't really have the energy to like connect with others. So once you figure out what's been dragging you or preventing you from finding the equilibrium or discipline, um, yeah, I think there'll be, it's not necessarily nutritional, I'm just using that as an example. But yeah, I'm thinking like you'll find the key to your vitality so that you can connect with others better, perhaps. Um, so depth, like with time. Yes, this is confirmation about discipline. Oh, yes, I'm glad that it was helpful. Um, you've been trying to find equilibrium about something collective. There's a depth to you, like you knew that something was missing, like that last puzzle piece to the jigsaw puzzle of your life. Like, because Jupiter in Leo is so magnanimous, it's so like in your face. It's like, look at me, look at how shiny I am. Okay, you're not hiding anymore. You're like, I have put in the time. Okay, I deserve to be seen because look at all this work I've done. You have a repertoire of skills now. You are able to be seen. Like, maybe you've been applying to jobs and nobody's really been noticing you, but like this transit will get your resume seen. Like, people will finally be like, wow, we could really use someone this disciplined with this much depth of knowledge, right? So we have 4, 5, 8, but it goes 8, 5, 4 in that order. Let's get one more from this deck, and then I'm going to start tarot, which is the juicy part, the fun part. I mean, this is fun too. I love this deck. The artwork's so beautiful. So we have Earth. I would say more Earth with the Discipline card, and then Depth, Lake is water. So interesting. Yeah, with the South Node feature of this transit, I think there's going to be some dulling of like you being seen, like you know that you want to be seen, you know that you're shining, you know that you finally got that key, that solution to something in your life that you've been working on. And like maybe someone tries to, you know, dull your shine because of the earth, water, and like Jupiter Leo is super fiery, is my thinking. But here, let's get another card. I just heard a song, but I don't know what song it is. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Forget who does that. Yeah. This is not the time to be chasing waterfalls. Whatever that means. Okay. As I said that, growth plants. 19. This beautiful collage here. I wonder what that is. Oh, it looks like it's a tree. It's a moose, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and on his back he has a forest growing. Very beautiful. So, you know, don't go chasing waterfalls, that song. Yeah, TLC, thank you. Um, I think, you know, like, okay, I don't have much of a green thumb, but I know that overwatering plants is a big no-no, okay? If you overwater your plants, they will drown. and they won't be able to thrive. So I feel like this is a message of like, we're going to discipline ourselves to not saturate ourselves with emotionality. Emotionality, is that a word? Yeah. Um, growth, with the depth. I feel like we're finally getting out of like somewhere that we felt isolated, because when I was looking at this, I actually kind of got like a somber energy, like maybe at the beginning of this transit, this Jupiter in Leo. Yes, I just saw an old friend, and believe me, I won't be wasting time on seeing anyone else. That's smart. That's smart. So there's this isolatory depth of your conscious mind, right? This is not just your subconscious. This is like you you're growing, you're getting out of that overly saturated depth of like drowning in overwhelming water, right? It's almost like Leo is going to dry up, right? All that flame, all that heat is going to dissipate all this water, and then finally you're going to like emanate from here, right? This is where you're at, and then once this transit occurs, like Leo is going to be like, no, we don't have time for all this pity party shit, like you need to grow. You need to grow. You need to get past all this nonsense of the past and live in the present and enjoy the sun, enjoy the growth, enjoy, the trials and tribulations of what, occurs when we have to make a bend here and like reach for the sun and transmute all of this energy into real potential and growth and be seen, right? Jupiter in Leo is like you're finally being seen. I'm really happy to see this. I'm really happy that the collective is finally allowing themselves to be seen and celebrated and getting out of this emotional like prison. It almost does feel like that. It almost feels like just maybe somebody, like Lily was saying, an um old connection was keeping you in a drowned, like overwatering you or something. Yeah. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, let's take a look. We have the soul passion, number 14. The soul passion. Interesting. I see a dragonfly. I think that's a dragonfly. Yeah, with the two wings on each side, and then we have butterflies. I almost saw the earth in that eye, but I don't think so. It just looks like a planet. It looks like a blue planet. You might be connecting with the Oh yeah, it is crying, Lily, you're right. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Yeah. This is like shedding that weight. It's finally getting out of you, right? Like you're not letting this hold you back. This is like a catharsis, an emotional catharsis, this transformation. Like you're finally seeing where you can possibly grow from this, right? Let this fuel this growth that you'll be seeing, right? The emotional depth isn't just gone, right? You still have it. It's just like all that energy that you were compiling in that is now going to fuel this growth because you're not oversaturated anymore. The passion is back in your life. You're not letting someone like overwater you, like drown you with their nonsense, right? You're gonna let yourself be seen and not let someone like rain on your parade or think that you're gonna chase them or something. We don't have time for that. Jupiter and Leo, we are not chasing. We don't do that. We're getting seen for what we deserve to be seen for. Yeah, I love that song. I'm gonna have to listen to it soon. It's very beautiful. All right, let's get into the tarot. I just got chills. It's not even cold in here. But yeah, Spirit is like, yes, listen to that song. Let yourself cry. Let yourself feel the future, right? Hope for the future. Know that even though you feel like you're drowning, you can find the way forward. You will grow out of it, right? Like, you can save a succulent if you overwater it. You just gotta, like, make sure the roots dry out. And like, if you overwater a succulent and you can tell, like, oh no, I overwatered it, you just, like, take out all the soil, you let it dry out, it'll come back, right? So just know, you know, it just takes a little time to, like, dry out and, like, reconfigure, recalibrate your growth pattern. Yep, don't run over me, Libra. Yep, balanced energy with the biome. Okay, so now we're gonna tap into the tarot. This is the Oneness Tarot. Or, sorry, the Tarot of Oneness. I highly recommend this deck. It's very gorgeous. More modern inspired. By Robin Voicey. I've been using this for a few years now, and I really like it. I might clarify with the Rider Waite if I need to. And I was also considering pulling from the Knight of Cups. Look at that. Romance, new adventure, going towards the light. Look at that. Moving out of this, maybe it's like a damp path and you're like, it's drying out as they're walking through. This is, what was I saying? This is Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Somewhat new to my collection, but I really like that one too. Has a lot of cool symbols in it. Jupiter and Leo, please. What does the collective need to know for their highest good? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, we got some cards. Okay. We have Dolphins with the Chariot, number 7, which is Jupiter for a lot of people. We have 3 of Swords. Kind of given this depth lake, right? This, like, insular, like, a lot of times when people are going through heartbreak, they simplify, right? To heal, you need to simplify. You can't complicate stuff. And, like, that's kind of, again, I feel like I'm harping on this, but it's, like, really potent to me in my head from looking at these cards, that we're oversaturated right now, and, like, simplifying is what Jupiter and Leo wants from you. Like, simplifying the emotionality, like, dancing like no one's watching, right? If you dance like people are watching, you might not really get that stretch in too, right? Because when we stretch while we're dancing, we kind of look a little awkward, but, like, sometimes that's what our body needs, is, like, get that little extra, like, stretch in. Like, you know, like, move with it. But yeah, if people are watching, you might be a little bit more rigid. So, like, it's kind of shedding that excess, or like, you know you're being seen, but acting as if you're not being seen, if that makes any sense. I know it sounds, like, contradictory, but it's like, you know you're being seen, but you're gonna be seen in a way that you're like, I'm gonna act as if no one's seeing me, right? Because I'm simplifying. I'm being pure in my joy, in my being seenness, right? I know that I've put the work in and I deserve to be seen. I'm not going to be overly conscious about it, because I deserve this growth. I deserve a new beginning. I deserve to feel vital instead of, like, weighed down by other people's. Hi, thanks for coming. Don't forget to like the video. You just double tap if you're on your phone. Welcome, welcome. We're doing Jupiter and Leo collective. Homie K, thanks for being here. As I was just saying, so yeah, like shedding the emotional heaviness and not chasing it, not being like, you know what, I need to feel that, like being okay with it drying up a bit and just really letting yourself grow and chase the sun, chase that vitality, and like dance like no one's watching, even though people are watching. You know people are watching, but you're dancing like they're not. That's the key to Jupiter and Leo. Like really, like not being conscious of, like not being overly conscious. Like you're conscious of it, but you're not like anxiety ridden, because Jupiter and Leo blesses us with that abundant, like being seen in whatever house it is, right? So if it's family, you're finally going to feel like people are seeing like how, maybe if you're a mother, like how much you do around the house. Like they're finally going to acknowledge you for like all the little things that you've put time and discipline into. Like maybe you're a very organized person. I'm getting the collective. You do try to be organized with your stuff. There's a lot of earth here. A lot of earth. But simplifying. Maybe Jupiter and Leo, you'll finally like shed some physical stuff in your space that maybe you've been feeling like you can't find zen in your space because there's just too much clutter. And Jupiter and Leo transit for you will finally be like, I'm going to liberate myself from this. I'm going to simplify and, you know, give away weight, right? Shed the weight, or yeah, lose weight. Finally be seen for your weight loss journey. You've been putting time into it and maybe you haven't been posting anything about it. Maybe you're like, I have all these photos of myself and my journey, but I haven't shared it with anyone. It's your time to be seen. If you've been putting any discipline for the past few years into something, this is your time to be seen. Make sure that you allow yourself to be seen. We have the Ace of Swords, so there's a clarity here. You know what was holding you back. Maybe you were worried about how people would react to you. Maybe you were, oh, I just got something. I got a big download. You were worried, collective, about how people would react to your confidence, right? You were worried that people would think you're arrogant, that people would think you're undeserving, that, well, who are you? Why do you think you deserve to be seen, right? It's clear as day that you deserve to be seen for something, collective. Whatever Jupiter is transiting through in that house, something about that. So 10 of Swords, we have the 3 of Swords with the 10 of Swords. Look at all this water again. Yeah, I think it might be a bumpy beginning. It might be a bumpy beginning for you, collective. This transit. You're gonna dip your toes into the light and you're gonna be like, oh man, that was not for me. I think that's what it is. Like maybe you let your fears hold you back in the beginning and then you're like, you know what, like why do I care, right? Why do I care about all these people who are like just miserable and like they haven't put their time into anything? They don't even believe that they deserve to be seen. So like why would they think I do? Right? And I think it is going to kind of be heartbreaking when you realize like some people just don't want you to be seen. Some people are going to try to hold you back. Like that's just part of it. That's just part of Jupiter and Leo, is like when you embody your truest, brightest form, it's going to upset people. And the sooner you accept that, the better off you'll be, because you won't have these hiccups. You won't have these like, oh, is it wrong for me to like, brag on myself a little bit? No. Spirit wants you to know, this is your time. This is your time. You deserve recognition. Okay. I've been yapping a lot. How are you guys doing? We lost some people. That's okay. Thanks for being here. I'm very grateful for you guys. What else does the collective need to know for Jupiter and Leo? And this is also a live that's going to be up, right? So you can come back to it at any time to hear these messages again. I'm going to try to minimize interacting with the chat, but since, it's just one person or a few people, it's fine. What does the collective need to know? Anybody who sees this video during the transit, what do they need to know? The Magician, number 1. So I just thought, I have Jupiter in the 1st house. And it is my Jupiter return. Jupiter in Leo. And it does feel powerful. It feels like I'm emerging from a cocoon, almost. And I know it's not in here. All the elements are being depicted here, but it's given me that butterfly coming out of the cocoon, and almost like somebody's holding the cocoon and the butterfly is like flying away out of the hands. And you need all 4 elements to transform. You can't transform or transmute without all 4 elements. That's the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's the Magician has all 4 elements on the table in front of him, and he uses those tools to manifest his dreams. And this is saying, like, despite these people, this 10 of Swords energy, or this depth of other people's emotions, like, drowning you, despite other people's reactions, negative reactions to you shining super brightly, okay, you're gonna thrive. Despite any negative reactions to you, you will thrive. That's really good. That's awesome, actually, I should say. That is awesome. I just got chills again. Alright, let's get... kind of want to just get like 7 more cards, honestly. So far we have 6 out. But maybe I'll do Rider-Waite. Or Epic Tarot. We'll see. So we got 2 cards this time. It came out together. 4 of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter. Jupiter. 4 of Swords. This is an interest. Oh, 5 of Swords. My mistake. I was like, that doesn't look like the 4 of Swords. Because it's not. So we have the 5 of Swords with Wheel of Fortune. Again, this is like kind of a repetition. This is like Spirit confirming, like, despite disappointment, right? Feeling like you did not win. You're on the progress. You're transforming into someone who's used to being seen, essentially, during this transit, collective. You're not someone who's used to being seen. I'm getting that. People, and honestly, that is true for myself. I don't have many videos, and I'm not that well known here on YouTube. So that reminds me, please like and subscribe to my channel and share this video to anyone who is interested. Yeah, and for myself, I don't want to talk about myself too much, but I am part of the collective and I am the conduit for this message. So I feel like Spirit's telling me, like, yeah, share, be seen. This is part of it. Despite not feeling too great about, like, how slow you are at being seen, or like you keep trying to put yourself out there and like you're not getting many followers, you're not getting many comments, or you know, there's not much going on when it comes to your channel. If you keep going, you will see that trophy. That trophy isn't that far. It's this golden emblem here in the middle of the maze, and like it will feel like a maze when you're being seen for the first time. You'll feel like, am I even going the right direction? Like that's gonna be an experience. That's gonna be something that you have to just get past. That, and you're gonna have to turn around sometimes in this labyrinth in order to get to the center. You're gonna have to, you know, backtrack or try new stuff, or like, you know, approach the problem in new ways, but you're not going to give up because you know you deserve to be seen. You know that you've had this discipline, that there's something of value that you have to offer, and it's worth it. It's worth pursuing whatever this is. So, I've been yapping a lot, guys. Let's clarify these cards I'm going to use. Do I want to use the Rider-Waite? Actually, yeah. Let's use the Epic Tarot. I've been liking this. So the Epic Tarot has unicorns as pages, which is really cute, and then griffins as knights, phoenixes as queens, and dragons as kings. Super cool. It kind of reminds me of Magic the Gathering cards, the art style. And if there's nudity, I will probably just like cover it up with my hand or something. I don't think there's much nudity in this one. But okay, let's clarify these cards. Let's clarify the Knight of Cups, please. Knight of Cups. I didn't really talk on this much, did I? Knight of Cups with the Chariot. I went straight to this because this seemed very, very relevant. With the Depth. Yeah, I think, okay, so this came right before the heartbreak. So there was a romance, there was victory, you felt like you were going in the right direction, and then you were like, oh crap, like this is not it. So that's what that's about. It's like a failed connection. So yeah, what's this failed connection about for the collective, please, Spirit? Seven of Wands. Yeah, defensive. Oh, that's too many. Let's just get one card, please, Spirit. This is two. It's fine. What is that? This is a new deck for me, so please bear with me for a sec. I also am not great with the Roman numerals. Yeah, I thought so. Temperance. Yeah, that's right. Interesting. Yeah, this Temperance card. Does he love me or does he love me not? Like, she's taking flowers out of here and ripping petals off and they're falling. She's transmuting a heartbreak. She's balancing her emotional inner world. I really think so. Yeah, like you weren't sure if that person really loved you. And I think you're still healing from that during this transit. There's a harmony. There's a harmony to the adaptation of the heartbreak. So the Unicorn of Cups, so that's a Page of Cups, yeah. They were immature. They were immature. Whoever you were dealing with. They might have been traveling a lot. I'm getting that somebody that you were involved with, maybe while you were traveling, they they might have been a little like, what's the word? Like flippant towards you, or just like, well, this is just a temporary connection, right? Like maybe they treated you like friends with benefits, but you actually took them seriously. Like you were the Knight of Cups and they were only the Page of Cups. So yeah, I think that's why you went through this. And like, I think collective, the Jupiter in Leo is really about not needing a partner to thrive. Okay, it's about true independence. It's about finding where you belong in a broader tapestry of how the world interacts with you, and how you affect the world in like a domino effect, or like those microbiomes that are interconnected. And one little change in your life can like impact your family or impact your colleagues. Like you losing weight could inspire hundreds of people to do the same thing if you share your story. So yeah, I think that the Jupiter and Leo transit for the collective is going to be about transmuting that pain, and really deciding, this isn't going to define me. I'm not going to be burying myself under the weight of other people's opinions of me anymore. I'm going to be seen for what I deserve to be seen for. Spirit wants me to just keep saying that. So the Three of Swords is clarified by the Eight of Swords. And, ooh, that's a big monster. You know? That is like the alien monster. Ugh. It's terrifying. Yeah, she's stuck. And you might feel stuck in the beginning, like I said. It might feel a little rocky. You might be like, how am I gonna get over this? Like, they said something to you that made you feel like you could never be seen. Like you're not good enough or something. Or you've been telling yourself this, but you are. You are good enough to be seen and celebrated. I haven't said that. There hasn't been any celebratory energy, but maybe that's what seems rocky. Like I was saying about my channel, it's like I don't have that many subscribers and like not many comments, not much engagement, but I celebrate myself. I I am happy to make content. I enjoy reading cards for people. I enjoy spreading hope and giving people something to tie meaning to with these cards and this energy from spirit. So it's like, even though I haven't been seeing much success, it's like if I just keep going, if I just keep trying to figure it out, right? Navigating SEO and like thumbnails and like my persona, and developing, like a series. I've been thinking up some series that I want to do for the channel, like love forecasts, right? Like what's coming, a storm, an emotional storm, because my channel name is Tempest Twin, so it's about storms. Are there storms coming, or is it going to be clear weather? Yeah, it's like the beginning of new projects and letting the seeds you planted finally sprout. Like they're not going to overwater them anymore with emotional baggage. You're not going to let yourself drown in emotional baggage. You're going to finally dry out your inner soil and all those seeds that you've planted throughout your life. All that karmic energy that you've been culminating deep within you, they will sprout. they will come to fruition during this transit. Just you see. Just you wait and see. So what's this Ace of Swords, Spirit? We have the Star. Ace of Swords. So we go from the Three of Swords with that Eight of Swords, okay? That's really bad. To the Ace of Swords with the Star. Something is so clear to you. Hi, welcome to the chat. Or to the reading, I should say. Not to the chat. Just saw we have one more person. Don't forget to like. You just double tap to like it. So something during Jupiter and Leo is just going to be so clear to you after you've started simplifying. You know, I was getting that, like, something is going to feel like a huge burden, like you're going to feel like you're drowning in emotional nonsense that you're just like, please God, like, please spare me. You're going to start simplifying and you're going to find a way out of this Eight of Swords, okay? It might feel like you're trapped for a minute, but you will find a way out. It will be clear, right? The Ace of Swords is about clarity. It's about the universe throwing you a bone. The universe being like, hey, over here, like there's a door open over here for you. And you're going to be like, oh, there's a door open for me. And like, I didn't even see that. And like, look how she is walking out of it does look like a beam of light. At first I was like, is that a waterfall? Because I was singing TLC earlier. But it's not. It's a light fall. There's light and she's walking into it from the dark. So you're going to be like, "Oh, duh, like I'm just going to walk through that door and like I think things will be looking up for you, collective." Yeah. Whoever's trying to keep you from being seen, they were saying nasty things to you. They were like, "You're not good enough. You don't get it. There's something that you don't get." And you're just like, "I get it. I know what I'm lacking. I know what the pieces are that are missing for me." So the Ten of Swords, you're still going to be processing, right? Like while you're walking through this door, it's not like that darkness isn't there anymore. That darkness is still a part of her, you know? So with the Ten of Swords and what is this? This is Strength. This is a beautiful Strength card. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Strength. It's like the darkness inside, you know? This Ten of Swords is coming from yourself. Like you're gonna learn how to process all of that darkness, and it's gonna be a mountain, okay? Like you the shadow work, this mirror is giving like it's the lion within that won't stop telling you you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't be seen for that. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You can't be seen for that. You're not skilled enough. You are skilled enough. Spirit wants you to know you have put in the time and effort and energy and passion. Passion. Okay? You deserve to experience being that butterfly flying freely away from this drowning, right? Let yourself free the weight, as Lily was saying, free that weight of emotional stuff that's not yours to carry anymore. Jupiter and Leo wants you to liberate yourself from other people's opinions of what you're allowed to be seen for. You know, in your spirit, in your Holy Spirit, okay, what you deserve to be seen for, and you will be seen for it. Okay, trust in spirit, because it might seem like this ocean is endless and it just won't stop pouring on your parade, and you just want this mirror to break and you just want to forget it. But this part of you, this dark part of you, is a part of you, and you will have to integrate this in order to progress. All right, that's part of it. allowing Leo to dry up all that stuff that's not yours anymore. You don't have to carry that. You know, other people's opinions of what you are worthy of being seen for, it's not your baggage. That's for them to worry about. That's something about themselves, right? You're going to make them see themselves. You're going to put the mirror up to them and be like, "You were saying all this to me, but look, I've been doing the work and I know what I deserve." Okay? It's going to be all right. Spirit wants me to say that. Somebody needed to hear that. Either in here or in the future watching this. What's a magician? Ooh, the King of Cups. Oh, yes. Once you finally start manifesting your dreams, you're going to be like, how was I living like that? You're going to feel like the queen of your palace, the king of your palace, right? Male or female, right? You're going to feel emotionally at home in yourself for the first time in a long time. Jupiter in Leo is going to liberate a lot of people. A lot of the collective has needed this light shined on them. They needed their pain to be seen. They needed that liberation. And once it starts, you won't be able to stop, because this King of Cups, he is so sure of what he deserves. He doesn't let anybody rain on his parade. He is the rain. He will bring the rain for his parade, and he will dance in the rain. Rain cannot ruin his parade. Nobody can ruin his parade. He will enjoy whatever the day brings. Okay? And he's manifesting his dreams. It's so beautiful. I'm so excited. Isn't this awesome? Like, I love Jupiter in Leo. It's gonna be such a good time. Like, I feel like it's been so dark and sorrowful, and Jupiter in Leo is going to shine light on a lot of sorrowful souls that deserve the light, that have been in the dark, unseen, uncelebrated. You're gonna finally celebrate yourself. You're gonna be like, I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting for other people to celebrate me. I'm celebrating me today, right now. Right now. I am enjoying my life, whether you think I should enjoy my life or not. Okay? And if my laughter annoys you, that's your problem. Look at yourself. You're a beast, right? I'm just showing you the mirror. You're going to reflect back to people what they're trying to do to you to stop you from enjoying. You're going to be an example, collective. My following is quite small, so if you're seeing this, like, you're truly special. You're truly chosen, and you are meant to be an example. You are a messenger. Jupiter has chosen you to shine as brightly as you possibly can. And it might feel overwhelming, be like, why me? Like, do I really have to be an example? Yes, unfortunately, that is your path. You are a light worker. So 5 of Swords, does the collective need to know? We have the 10 of Wands and the Sun. So these are the last two I'll take. And at the bottom of the deck, 9 of Swords again. Oh, did we get them? No, we had the 3 and the 10. Whew, okay. We'll talk about the 9 of Swords in a second. And also, so, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. This is later on in the transit. I'm reading this chronologically. So this might be like right before the final lessons of the transit. You're going to feel like you finally are reaching the finish line on something you've been putting a lot of time and discipline into, shedding the opinions of others, I think. Um, and it's gonna feel like a huge burden has been finally lifted, but you're gonna be like, why can't I reach that? And it's gonna feel right before the finish line. You're gonna be like, I can't do it. I am thirsty. I am tired. I am defeated. But Spirit wants you to know that is exactly when you cannot give up, collective. You cannot give in. You are so close to the finish line. And it might not be near the end of the transit, but like 2/3 of the way, I'm getting like 2/3 of the way in, you're gonna be like, I'm just, maybe this isn't the right path. No. Trust your intuition. Trust yourself. You've already been putting all this effort, all this discipline, all this time into growth. And this moose might be isolated, but he is grand. Okay? And he is shiny. And he has been growing. And he will be seen. Right? He might be an elusive creature in the woods, and it might feel like he's never going to reach the finish line. He's never going to see that celebratory energy that he really wants. Like, I'm getting that somebody is going to, like, finally finish their studies next year. Like, somebody's been studying something. Oh, yeah, that's very potent, actually. There's been a growth. Yeah. You've been putting a lot of work into laying the seeds of your career, and maybe your presence is a part of that. Maybe you're an actor. Maybe you're a comedian. And like, you're like, man, when am I going to land a show? When am I going to land an actual show? You know? And you're like, I've been writing all these jokes. I've been making people laugh, you know? Like, when am I going to get that big show that I feel like I deserve? Like, I have so many good jokes to share with the world. I want to be seen. There's something about a study, a discipline that you've been putting so much energy and depth, and you feel isolated, and you're like, it is time. It is time that I get recognized for all this effort. And Jupiter in Leo is like, yes, please don't give up. It is in sight, right? The Wheel of Fortune is right there. The Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter blessing you. Even in reverse, this card is like blessed. It's just like a delay when it's in reverse, but it wasn't in reverse. It's upright. So that's really important for the Jupiter and Leo transit. To, when you want to give up, that is when you really should not, because it is literally right there. It is within sight. It is even within sight here. You might just feel parched. Make sure you maintain your health. That came through earlier when I was doing the oracle. But yeah, there's some equilibrium maybe that you have been neglecting, and it might make you feel very tired near the very end. Okay? So like, if you do the work on keeping up with your health, keeping up with vitality and the equilibrium of your microbiome within your gut, and balancing your mind, and getting enough exercise, and making sure you're laughing every day, then this won't feel as grueling. You will have that extra oomph, that extra vitality to make it through this labyrinth at the end without feeling like this is so awful. This is so mundane, and like, I just don't want to do it. I remember feeling this way personally before I got my degree. I wanted to give up so bad. So bad. I was like, I don't even see the point anymore. Like, I'm so tired. I just want to give up. But there was something in me that was like, you can't give up. You've put so much effort into getting this degree. You have to keep going. And that's the energy that Spirit wants me to send you. This is so important, collective, that you see it through, that you allow yourself to carry the weight of that burden that you have been pouring yourself into, disciplining yourself, growing. It does feel like a burden of like not being seen is finally going to be released. And the reason I say that is, look at that, you have the sun, and I love the depiction of this, the sun with the wheel of fortune. How blessed. That is gorgeous energy. You're gonna finally, maybe you're gonna feel so tired, you're gonna take off all your clothes and you're gonna be like naked on this cliff, and you're just gonna be like, thank you, God, finally I'm seeing the light, God. Like, you know, you're gonna, once you finally drop that burden and you allow yourself to be celebrated by yourself, right? You don't need anybody else. He's standing alone. He is standing alone. You will have a hallelujah. You will have a, there's no water in sight here, okay? This is all air and earth, okay? All this emotional garbage from other people, dried up. Dried up. Huge growth. Huge growth. You have no burdens left. It's like everything's gonna fall into place. You're once you tap into like what you know you deserve, that is when things manifest. Like when you finally get it, when you finally are like, I can stand alone in this and I can be beautiful in this energy of just knowing what I deserve. I don't need external validation anymore. And I will be seen. I will be seen for what I deserve. You know? So the shadow work of this transit. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay? This is kind of reiterating for me that don't go chasing waterfalls. Okay? You don't need to chase anyone's approval. Let your attachment shed. Like, shed any attachment to other people's opinions, concepts of what you are, limitations of what you deserve, limitations of how you can be seen, who you are. That might break your heart, okay? I've been getting a lot of pain being shed away, right? The Three of Swords, the Ten of Swords, now the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords, lots of air. There's gonna be a big fire, that this passion, right? The soul. You're gonna feel energized by Jupiter in whatever house you have Jupiter in. And Spirit wants you to know, even though you feel like God is maybe holding you back with this hand, right? She's so little, and there's this like giant holding her, and she doesn't have any armor, but she does have a sword. And you know what? Jupiter is Zeus, and I see lightning here. Jupiter might be angry with you at some time during this transit if you let other people's opinions hold you back from being seen. I gotta tell you. This is kind of like the shadowy aspect of the reading, okay? I'm gonna end on a bad note, I guess. But I do like shadow work, or I like to call them shadow winds, okay? Sit in silence, really ask yourself, this is your work for this transit. Ask yourself, whose opinions keep coming back to mind? Who is this hand that's holding on to me, right? How can I liberate myself from this limitation? Because it does look like it's about to be grabbing onto her, but she's like, hold on, hold on. Don't grab onto me. I have this sharp sword, right? You do have the weapon of clarity with the Ace of Swords in the energy. So I think this is about wielding it, allowing yourself to kind of be cutting with your words during this transit. If somebody is trying to diminish your light, be like, sorry about you. Like, I'm here's a mirror. Like, I'm sorry that I'm too bright for you. Like, maybe get your eyes checked. And it might come off as mean, you know? I'm getting collective that you're not used to shutting down people who want to diminish you. Like, maybe you're the type of person who's like very agreeable. And if somebody's like, that's a very lofty goal you have there, you're gonna finally realize how to tell them to, stop giving this unsolicited advice. You don't have to be mean, but I think Zeus might be angry if you don't say something. Not Zeus, Jupiter. But you know what I mean. I think yeah, you will feel punished if you don't stand up for yourself. Like you deserve to stand up for yourself, collective, okay? You don't have to be mean. You can be kind while you stand up for yourself. You can be like, listen, I know that you think that I can't achieve this, but like I've been doing the work and I know what it will take. I know it's a huge burden, but I will achieve this goal and I will be standing on the podium and I will be seen. Look at this. The sun is shining. He is in glory. His like thank you God. He's reaching up to God and he's thanking him for finally culminating his dream. He manifested it with the help of all four elements. Truly, truly. You're gonna learn. Oh, you're gonna learn something about how to reflect back to people their diminishing efforts on your light. Like truly, you're gonna finally come into like this like not pompous attitude. Leo can have that shadowy aspect, but it's like a tempered, like, I know what I deserve, and I deserve true love. I deserve somebody who's willing to be there for me like I am there for them. Like I was there for them. Like I was the light for them, right? Or they were my light. They were my light, I was their light. We'll light each other up. We'll amplify each other's light. There's no diminishing each other in love. You 1 + 1 is 10 with love. You amplify. There's no there's no cutting away from others when you love them, right? So if somebody's trying to hold you back or, make you feel small, right? Look how small she is in the shadow aspect of the Jupiter and Leo. Zeus or Jupiter would like for you to be clear with them. Like, hey, this is my path and I know my path. And like maybe you don't see it that way, but your opinion doesn't really affect me. Like, sorry about you. Like, if that affects them, show them the mirror. Be like, what is your path? You know, like, what do you want? What do you want? And they might not even have an answer. Okay, so like, yeah, don't let people who don't even know where they're going like try to diminish you at all. Okay, that's your shadow work. I'm getting that you're very polite, collective. Like you're a very polite bunch. Anyway, any questions? I am still standing better than I ever have been. Oh, wonderful. Yes, embody this. Sun, be seen. You have glory. Okay, you might not think, like, you might be a very humble, polite, like modest type, right? But there's something glorious about you. And you deserve to be celebrated, even if it's just a one person party, right? Like you're just dancing in the kitchen to your favorite record. Like seriously, Anita. Seriously. Don't let anybody diminish that joy that you have for yourself, okay? Well, anyway, let us clear the energy unless anybody has any questions. There's 3 of us in here. I want to see Anita, Lily, and the homie. Thank you so much for being here during the live. I had so much fun doing this. This was quite a long reading. I just saw 7-7, so I've been doing this for 77 minutes. It's very Jupiter. This was a lovely energy. Like, you guys, you have a lot coming for you, okay? Are you ready? Yep. It's gonna feel like you were born again. You see how, yeah, he doesn't have anything on him. He's golden. He's transmuted all that pain, all this depth of the emotionality, all the pain. You're transmuting. I just got chills. I just got chills. You're gonna feel like a newborn. You're gonna be like, who is this person? Jupiter's blessings are real during this transit, guys. Whatever your house is in, I'm telling you, do not ignore this transit. It is very, very potent and important for the collective. It's definitely about letting the fieriness of Jupiter just like dispel emotional weight and just feel lighter. Feel like you're about to fly. Feel like you're taking off. Like all these burdens from the ten of wands. I just got chills again. All these burdens from the 10 of wands. You're going to be like, I'm flying. I've been touched by the gods and I'm off. Like all of this stuff from the past, it's not going to go away. You're going to remember it. There's always going to be a darkness. There's always going to be a shadow. And the spirit guides and ancestors want you to know there's always going to be someone trying to diminish you. As long as you have this clarity, this sword of how bright and beautiful you are and glorious you are and how much you deserve, no one will stand in your way ever again. Seriously, that is transformative. It is like life-changing. Seriously. I was gonna pull from another deck, but guys, I've been yapping for 79 minutes. That's crazy. Okay. Bless you all. Seriously, thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna ring my singing bowl. I did ring it 3 times in the beginning, but this time I'm just gonna go around. I'm inspired by the Wheel of Fortune. And I'm just gonna let it sing for a little bit. Hopefully it's not too loud. Hi, welcome to the live. I'm about to close out the energy, but thank you so much for joining us. So let's really embody this transformative transit. Jupiter and Leo is gonna absolutely transform us. Okay, let's try to lock it in. Love it. All right. Love, light, blessings from Jupiter to all of you. Please come back. I might do another live soon for the collective. I really enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for giving me the privilege of reading your energy. My name is Helen, and this is Tempest Twin Tarot. Bye now.